So we're looking at the 5 rules for business success, popularly known as the Big Five, as engineered by Bryan Tracy. So these are very powerful rules that they are strongly recommended for people in business. If you run a business and you are not operating within these 5 rules and growing in them, your business will likely struggle. And as we walk through the process or walk through the 5 rules, you would discover maybe this is why your business has been struggling as a startup or even as a growing business already. You have been struggling maybe because you are not taking into consideration one of these rules. So these are 5 rules that you must make sure that they are well executed in your business. Therefore, rule number 1 is you must respect the principle or the role of product design and product validation. What does that mean? First, the product or service must be ideally suited to the existing market and to do what people want, need, and are willing to pay. So the first rule for you to succeed in business is the product you want to take to the market, the service you want to take to the market. You must guarantee, you must do proper product and market research to guarantee and ensure that the product or service ideally suits the markets that you're targeting. That is why it is dangerous for you to launch a product without market research. When I am doing startup consulting with anyone to launch a product who is serious, one of the things I give them to do as a challenge is bring me data research data that you have spoken to at least 200 people in the target market you're looking at penetrating. Because we need that if we will actually rise to the top. We need that. You cannot succeed and thrive in business or launch a startup that will go places if you have not respected the number 1 rule. Have you validated? Have you gone through idea validation, product validation, service validation to be sure that this product or service will suit the existing market? There is the market desirability for this product. Number 2, is it what they want? Is it what they need? And most importantly, are they willing to pay for it? I have seen excellent products in the market, people are not willing to pay for it. Are they willing to pay for it? Any product that you launch in the market and you discover that this product or service is not suitable for the market that you have chosen, for the existing market, it is your responsibility to change as soon as possible. It is your responsibility to change as soon as possible and make sure that you retailor the product, you retailor your operations model so you can fit that particular market. So rule number 1, as you plan to launch a business, or if you have launched a business and you're struggling, check to see if you have respected rule number 1. Is the product ideally for the market you're selling to? Number 2, is it a product that people need or they want? Number 3, is it within their income level? Are they willing to pay for it? If not, go back to the drawing board and make sure you respect rule number 1. Rule number 2, when we talk about the 5 rules of business success or the Big 5, rule number 2, for you to succeed in business, Everybody in that business must be involved in marketing, sales, and revenue generation. Hear that again. For you to succeed in business, everybody's activity, everybody, I mean from the founder to even the cleaner, everybody's activity should be geared towards marketing, sales, and revenue generation. Everybody. If you're a manager of a business, you have a team under you. One of your leadership goals, one of your managerial responsibilities is to ensure that every staff under you, because you know that one of your roles as a manager is profitability to the shareholders, to the board, or to the founder you're working for. But that's one of your major responsibilities, profitability at the end of each month. And one of the best ways to guarantee profitability is to ensure that everybody in your team is geared towards marketing, sales, and revenue generation. In all the activities that they're doing, ensure, that's why I always say that in a startup, everybody is a marketer. Everybody is a marketer. There must not be a marketing director. No. Everybody is a marketer. In my business, in Cosef right now, we don't have a marketing director. Everybody is a marketing director. Everybody. It's your job to bring in customers. Everybody is marketing. Everybody is carrying out sales. Everybody's action should be geared towards impact and revenue generation. You will not succeed in your business. And I see many entrepreneurs making this big mistake. If you are not your number one marketer as a start entrepreneur, you will not go far. You are not ready to go far yet. As a startup, you are your number one marketing director. Nobody can market better than you. Stop doing that laziness. Nobody should sell better than you. You should be the highest seller. I always say something funny. At the startup level, your business is not permitted to have an AC because you need to be on the street looking for customers. Be aware there are customers, get customers and bring them to the office. Online marketing, if your business can use online marketing, do that. Offline marketing, same thing. Flyers, you need to be out there. You need to be out there. That's rule number 2. For your startup or your business to go places, everybody's focus in that business must be around marketing, sales, and revenue generation. Marketing are those activities that you do so that people can know that you exist, like printing flyers, sharing flyers, doing radio presentations, doing presentations in churches, wherever you find yourself, you talk about your business. That is marketing. Sales is what you do for people to pay you money. So if you now market that, you do this and do that, okay, that's fine. Now, if I now come to your inbox and I ask you, please, can you tell me more about this product that you're selling? I want to know more about it. Whatever you say from there is sales. Whatever you say from there is sales. If you respond in a nice, exciting, beautiful way, that is sales happening already. You respond respectfully and say, oh, thank you so much for asking me about our product, please. These are the following things that you need to know. If you have more questions, please, can you reply? That's what I always do. I have ready-made messages I've copied from any MBA or PPA, whatever. I just only ask, oh, please, I would like to know more about PPA. I just copy, hello, thank you so much. Below are the further details about PPA. Read. If you have any further questions, be very specific, please, can you ask me now so I can respond to you? That is sales already. And I always end up making the sales. Marketing brings people to your inbox. Whatever you say from your inbox is sales. If you say the right way, you can close the sales. If you respond the wrong way, you can send the customer away and they will never reply you. They will never buy from you again. And it is marketing plus sales actions that lead to revenue generation. So if you run a business, that's why there's one thing you don't need to keep to correct is any action that the staff does that can lead to bad sales. Handle it immediately. Handle it immediately because it can crumble the business. It reduces profitability. As a leader, as a manager, you need to be careful about customer service. If your staff is not performing well customer service, handle it immediately. It can crumble your business. That is revenue generation they're joking for in the business. They're joking with regarding your business. Coach your staff, teach them, correct them, discipline them if possible. Because if they get that wrong, the business will operate, but sales will not happen. You're opening every day and you are sitting in the office every day, but sales are not happening. That should not happen. Therefore, according to this role, the most important energy of the talented people, the most important, the most skillful people and competent people in the business, they should be centered, their actions should be centered around customer acquisition, should be centered around customer service, and should be centered around selling or marketing. Very critical. So the failure to focus on marketing and sales can lead to business failure in any economy. If you fail to get marketing and sales the right way, your business can fail. That's why one of the things that I can quickly do, if I correct, you can quickly be terminated if you consistently lead to bad customer service. You're consistently not bringing in sales, not representing the company, not being loyal to the brand you work for, to the brand that pays you. I always say this, please, if you have a staff that is not loyal to your business, it's not talking about a brand that is feeding them, paying them salary, or even giving them a place to work. Sack that staff, terminate that staff. A staff that cannot proudly post about the business on their status, it's not the staff to be celebrated or to be kept. That staff is not loyal. They are loyal to something else. That staff cannot proudly talk about the business on their Facebook timeline. That's not a loyal staff. That's a small demon sent to your business. Terminate that person away. A good staff should proudly market and sell the brand they represent for. There's nothing I hate like somebody being around, claiming to be a staff, and they don't hold the business dear. They don't represent it. How they treat the customer's business is not good. And you also need to make sure that you as the employer are doing your best. Because your employees will only transfer the treatment you give them to the customers. You cannot shout at employees anyhow, disrespect them, you don't pay them on time, you owe them monthly salaries and all of that. It negatively affects. We can take an example. Is there anybody here you work in a company, they owe you salaries and you always feel angry? Sometimes I don't know when you're feeling angry. Indicate in the chat box, let's see something. Nobody will not report it to your boss. But if you have ever experienced that kind of situation, they owe you salary anyhow, or they disrespect you, they don't treat you right, you just sometimes realize that it's not your nature. You just abruptly behave angrily towards a customer. It's not your intention. It's you don't plan. They don't plan to be. Nobody plans to be evil or to be bad towards human beings. No, there's always something causing that. I have seen that happen. You're owing staff 3 months salaries. How do you expect them to feed? How do you expect them to come to work on time or all of that? So they're going to transfer that sadness, that anger, and mostly without proper explanation. Right? Anybody ever experienced that? You see? Which is there. It's normal because we as human beings, we can react like that. That's why as employers, do your part. And if you have done your part and somebody's there who cannot proudly market, sell, or represent the business, please let the person go. You guys can part ways. Part ways silently. And I'm okay with you being a staff and you do your best and you can part ways. Look at 4 months, no salary. How do you expect that kind of an employee to dedicate and work? No matter how that, yeah, I prefer you promise somebody 15,000 francs and pay on time. And pay on time, respect the person, honor the person, treat the person right. Let you guys be dedicated towards pushing the company forward. That's different. It's different when the staff knows that it's a startup and it's rising. And whatever you have promised to give them comes of time with love, care, and kindness. That one is more than 500,000 francs in a terrible working environment. Yeah, you become lazy because you're not being paid, you're not being respected. They don't even know how you feed. They even think of, oh, how should you feeding with 3 months of salary? They don't even think about that. You see? Okay, you see, the old salaries, they treat you bad, they don't appreciate you. That is like frying pan to fire, right? Which is not good at all in the workplace. That kind of character does not take a company forward. It never does that. It doesn't advance the company forward. You see, sometimes until you talk to staff, you will not imagine what they're going through. 4 years, no salary, no increment, so much. Which kind of employer is that one? Not good at all. Does it mean that the business is not growing? Are the staff not working? Right? It affects the business. It affects the business seriously. Okay? So you're an employer here, you're a startup here, please make sure you respect this particular principle. Okay? Make sure that you treat your staff well and make sure you lead your staff. This was coming to us loyalty. Loyalty is part of marketing because we're saying that rule number 2 states that for your business to go forward, every member of the institution must market, must sell, must brand, must be loyal, must proudly talk about the business on all social media platforms. Those are activities that advances the business forward. It advances the vision forward. When the client is talking about the business to another person, you see the passion in it. They enjoy talking about it. They enjoy talking about it. I like the way some of my staff talk about the business. When they're marketing, get to a customer, I enjoy it. It's good. That kind of person, you guys can go move heaven and earth together for the business. And you can build something incredible for tomorrow. If you have a business and there's a staff who cannot proudly market it, proudly sell it, proudly represent that, oh, I work here, I'm the staff here and all of that. Oh, no. Start putting a question mark with that staff and start thinking of termination because they are loyal somewhere else. Until you're loyal towards something, you cannot market that thing. You cannot sell that thing. And marketing and sales is among the top big 5 roles in marketing. You see? Good. Number 3, the third role when it comes to business success is there must be efficient internal systems of bookkeeping, accounting, inventory management, and cost control. There must exist efficient internal systems of bookkeeping. There are some of you running startups. If I ask you, bring me income and expenditure statement for the last 3 months, you will not give me. It's not there. You're already missing on one important role for business success. Have at least bookkeeping. Have a book where you write sales, you write expenses. Just write it down. No matter how haphazard it is, you must not be an accountant. Make sure you're documenting everything is important. Before now, you can get an accountant to have a good accounting system. Most importantly, inventory management system. How do you manage your stock? Cost control. How do you manage your cost? Sometime a few days back, my manager sent me a WhatsApp message, and she said, because sometimes there's some cost expense I just incur, right? And sometimes as an entrepreneur, you just think very fast and you get things done. And that's the good of a manager. As an entrepreneur, that you don't think about cost, you think about execution and how to take the business forward. You don't even think about how much it's going to cost you. Like I was watching an interview on CNN and they were interviewing Burna Boy's mother. For those of you know Burna Boy, his mother is his manager. So he was complaining that one of the biggest challenge working with Burna Boy is that Burna Boy thinks about things to buy without thinking about the cost. He would just say, Mom, I want that car of 500 million naira. He just think about when they're shooting videos, he just want to bring things to the video. He doesn't care about how much it costs to bring it. So the mom as a manager now is the one breaking down the cost. Okay, look, no, this is expensive. We cannot buy this now, or we need to get something cheaper and all of that, right? Everybody needs that kind of person around them. If not, you only, when you think of creating an implementation without managing the cost and all of that. But a good business should be very good at managing cost. If you cannot manage cost, you make sales and spend all the money on necessary expenses. The manager said, I think she was talking about, I can't remember the exact words, but she was like, can some expenses always pass through her before they're implemented, which is true, because as a visionary, the thing something I just say is important, let's do it. As an innovative person, I don't like to keep innovation waiting. If it's good, let's get it done. And sometimes you're doing by innovation, you don't think about the cost of innovation. So you need somebody who can always calm you down. Say, oh, look, yes, it's good there, but wait, we need to be careful about the money part of this. Innovation can be good, but it can be very expensive. It can cost the company a lot, and it can affect other parts. And that's one thing with innovative people. You think about innovation only, you don't think about how implementing it can affect other operations of the business. Okay, so but a good, one of the third rule in the 5 big rules of business success is make sure that you have an efficient internal system where you record your transactions, an accounting system, inventory, avoid waste. And the best way to avoid waste in your business is inventory management. And make sure you have a system to control your cost. Poor control of operating costs and internal administration is the #2 reason for business failure, according to research. That's why I've seen businesses that fail. The problem was not that the idea was bad. The problem is not that the market is not good. No, the market is good, the idea is good, they launch at the right time, but bad internal control, poor control of operating costs, poor internal administration led to the death, the killing, and the burial of that business. So you need to make sure that your internal administration and operating cost is on track. If you don't know how to do that, get somebody who can design this system for you so you respect and implement it. Get a software if possible. Get a stock control software. Get a bookkeeping software. Get an accounting software. Get a software that you can use, or go to an accountant. Let them teach you the basic way of maintaining a cash book, the basic way of maintaining an expense report. It is a very big role for any business to succeed. The fourth rule that you need to succeed in business is a clear sense of direction and a high level of synergy and teamwork among the managers and staff in the organization. Very critical. Under the fourth rule, we're talking about what? A clear sense of direction. The team should have a direction. They should know where they are going to. If you're still a one-man army, have a clear sense of direction. Where are you taking the business to? If you already have a team, let there be a clear sense of direction for the whole team, and let there be a high level of synergy and teamwork among the senior managers and the staff. Don't run a business that is a big gap between the top and the bottom. No, run a business that, if you are the founder, for example, let your next immediate manager have a free communication with you. There are some bosses that manage the people that work with them, they cannot work to the office anyhow. There's that fear, there's that tension on it. It slows business a lot. There are some things that you need to talk about, and get it done and take the business forward. But if you need to, if your staff will need to start calculating psychologically how to approach you, because they are afraid how you're going to react. You don't listen to anybody. You have ego problem. You have pride. You raise your shoulders as if you are the head of state when you are nobody. Actually, you keep the business, right? It's not good. So rule number 4 talks about having this high level of synergy, strong synergy and teamwork between the managers and the staff. So the organization should function like a well-oiled machine with a place for everyone and everyone in their place, performing at their best. Not that carefully. It is your job as a manager, it's your job as a founder, it's your job as a startup entrepreneur to ensure that your startup or your company is functioning like a well-oiled machine, right? An institution that has a place for everyone. And everyone has their place. Everyone knows that they are recognized and celebrated here. And most importantly, everyone performing at their place. If there's one thing I always like to talk to, I always have a lot of one-on-one sessions with my staff. I just call them to my office, talk to them one-on-one. How is work? How are they feeling? Do they like how the last couple of months been? Are they enjoying it and all of that? Of course, it's not a perfect working environment, but we do our best to have an excellent working environment. And then there's one thing I always guarantee them is not that if they are still here, it means that they have a place here. It means that they have a future here. If at all they want to dedicate their life here, that guarantee is very important for you to give your team. Let them know that they're not working in a place that they can be sacked at any time. They have no future. They can be treated anyhow. No. And I always encourage for staff to have contracts. A contract gives guarantee. Let them stand, okay, no. Let me tell you, any place where you work and you have been given a contract, they overlove you and they have a place in that place. But you see a place where you work and no offer letter, no contract, they're just turning you up and down like that. They don't like you. They don't want the arm of the law. They don't want the labor code to catch them on their neck for treating you very bad. Check people that they're treating them bad. Check them. People that are treating them very bad, check. You will notice that, like those of you are saying that they're owing you 3 months salary, they're disrespecting you, all of that. Do you have contracts? Let's see something here. You see the Cameroon prison environment. Have they given you offer letter? Do you have official offer letters and contracts? Okay, you see, there's no contract. I think there were like 4 of you said you had bad working environments. Who else? Do you have contracts? Yes or no? Okay, you see, second person. So I will not be surprised if everybody who said that they're being treated bad, they are owing them salaries, they have no contract at all. I will not be surprised. I think there are 4 of you. I would like, are the others still here? Let's take a statistics and see something. So 2 out of 4 now say that they don't have contracts. That's 50% already gone. So can validate the statement as of now. Where's your, I think your name was there, Solange. Do you have contracts in your school? Clarence, do you have a contract? I think you were there. Is Clarence still here? Or an offer letter, something. Just a documentation that makes sense. Okay, you see, no contract, I want to ask 75%. Clarence, is Clarence here? Still here? I think Clarence said something like that. Now, do you guys see something now? So out of the 4 who mentioned that they don't have a good working experience with their employers and they are paid, okay, see, so out of 1, right? Out of the 4 who said those, and if there are 1,000 workers complaining about anything with their staff, check. With their people, check. Yes, their future is not defined, Celestine. It's not defined. So anybody, even it's not about payment, it's not about giving you hundreds of thousands. There are people that they start work, they give them 200,000, they promise you good salary, they pay you 1 month. The next month they'll pay you like they're buying granite. When you complain, they give you 50K to close your mouth. You complain, they give you 75K to close your mouth. You complain, they give you 10,000 to close your mouth. That's why they're just destroying you like that. You're just wasting energy and wasting time and all of nothing significant. I prefer they probably 30,000 then. It's coming out steady. And you have a future. You're working together. As they look at that point, says there should be high level of synergy. Because that's the truth. A company can only pay you if the company is growing. And that's why it should be like a family thing. It should be like a strong unity together. If we grow together, we enjoy together. If we don't grow together, we suffer together. Simple. So it just has some of these proprietors and managers and founders, the way they just take it. So I don't understand whether it's ignorance, it's wickedness, it's short sense or whatever. But they are so wrong to doing all of these things. They are getting it wrong. You see? So, and they're just there by error. They're just there by chance. There's no clear future. You cannot even plan your life because you don't know whether you're in or you are out. You get a point? So entrepreneurs avoid this. It contributes a lot to your business growth, to your business success. It contributes so much. You work for 15 years and no increment for 10,000 francs even. My goodness. Only God can help them now. Right? So make sure that came from the fact I was telling you that make sure you run a business whereby everybody has their place. Everybody knows that they have a future here, they can contribute and they can advance the business forward. There are many things that makes up a good pay. Money is just one of them. Just sometimes they start knowing that you trust them to do their job. You give them responsibility and a position. That is part of payment. Because they can also go and stand somewhere and do, my name is this, I am the manager of this. It also gives you a place in the society now. It's part of payment. Do you understand? It's part of payment. Payment is not just monetary. You are also living life. Imagine you left the university, you're just in your father's house doing nothing. You wake up, you watch television, you loiter around, you kukusa and you gossip. Will you be happy with that kind of life? Or you're just living from hand to mouth, doing some kind of odd jobs. You do small things here and then you get 5,000, you get 10,000, you get 2,000, and then that's not life really. It's not structured. Even you get tired after 2 years, right? So you also get the payment of being satisfied, doing something significant, and being part of an institution that is creating impact in the society or employing another human being. That's part of payments. You are learning new things. You are meeting new people. You're experiencing yourself. You're living the life. It may not be the best that we want yet and now, but there's a future of being a best. As long as there's tomorrow, we believe that there's going to be a beautiful future. So entrepreneurs, make sure you do that. Then number 5, the last 5 rules to run a successful business is the company should never stop learning, growing, innovating, and improving. If you want your business to succeed, the company should never stop learning, stop growing, stop innovating, and should never stop improving. If you're in PPA, you're already doing this because you're always learning. You're learning new things. You're always improving. You're always being charged to do new things in your business every day, your career every day. But you can take it a step further. Organize special training sessions for the team. Organize better experience for the team. Organize learning experience for the team. One of the things I will do in my business, I'll be very happy is when we get to a level, we can start sponsoring our teams out of the country to go study, do a short course, attend a seminar for 2 days, all of that, come back. It's not just the learning, it's the experience. It's them seeing how other cultures do things, them going to a bigger nation, go to Germany, go to Japan, go to another bigger country, see how they have gone far. It's going to challenge you, it's going to inspire you to come and do better for the business. Intentionally create learning experiences. Create a structure that can push for improving. It's important for that to be done. Because your team will never produce above the things that they carry as far as knowledge is concerned. Like in my team, I'll tell them, for example, they need to study, because if they are not careful, the company will outgrow them. And when a company outgrows you, you're irrelevant. And when you're irrelevant, you cannot produce results. And when you cannot do that, you are terminated. And we recruit somebody who can do it better than you. So you need to study, read books, have personal learning environments. Before the company is creating trainings for you, you need to be a professional who is growing. Buy books and study, download books and read, attend seminars. It's going to help you to grow as a person. And when you grow, the business will go forward. So the fifth rule when it comes to the 5 rules of business success is never stop learning, never stop growing, never stop innovating, and never stop improving. It is very important that continuous training and upgrading is critical at all levels of the business. What does it mean by all levels? There are sometimes that only managers go for training. If you see a leadership seminar somewhere, you can send your manager to go and attend so that he or she can become a good leader. Even you, the founder, can go and attend so you can become a good leader. If you see an operations meeting, you see a marketing meeting, you see a meeting that if one of your staff can learn that skill, they become better. Create time. Just look at the budget. Can you finance that? Let them go and attend and learn something and come back. And sometimes and that's why it's good to give contracts. Many employers are afraid to spend money on staff because they are afraid that the staff will go and learn and go away. Okay, develop a contract, 1 year, 2 years contract. I'm investing in you because you will serve the company for 2 years before you resign or before you can leave. Or if you are leaving, you pay the company before you leave. Put all of those clauses in the contract. They are stipulated by the labor laws of the land. Okay, but make sure that you respect all of these 5 rules. Number 1 rule is make sure that the product and the service is suited for the market. Number 2, make sure that everybody in the business is focused on marketing, sales, and revenue generation. Any staff that is not proudly representing and selling for the company and not loyal to the company, that staff should be terminated. There's no argument about that. Number 3, make sure that you have an efficient internal systems of bookkeeping, accounting, inventory management, and most importantly, a system to control your costs and expenses. Number 4, make sure the business has a clear sense of direction and let there be high level of synergy and teamwork among the managers and the staff so that the organization can advance forward. Make sure you run a business where everybody has a place and everybody is performing at their best in their position. And number 5 rule is the company should never stop learning, growing, innovating, and improving. For you to be competitive in the market, you need to make sure that you practice meaningful learning and innovation. These are the 5 rules for business success, popularly known as the Big 5 by Bryan Tracy. All right, everybody, that is it for this session. We can look at some questions and comments, and we can round up our